What's up, guys? This is DestinyHeroic, and I'm coming at you today with the deck profile for my Vylon deck. This is the OTK version. This has been demanded for quite a while, so here it is. So, if any of you have been watching my other videos on the Vylons, the Vylon Omega deck, the monster base is very similar. So you've got the two Gen X neutrons, search out cubes and machine tuners. Double photon thrasher sets up a level 4 on the field while still allowing your normal summon, and is an elegant way of dealing with Thunder Kings. 3 Trident Warriors. Assuming its effect goes through, it should be an instant level 7 synchro. 3 cubes. The level 3 tuner monster is necessary to get your Vylon Sigma out. So, in addition to the cubes, we're actually running a Vylon Stella as well. This is just another level 3 tuner. It's not a machine, so you can't search it out with Gen X Neutron, but you can still summon it with Trident Warrior. And it has an effect where if it goes to the graveyard for the synchro summon of a light monster, you pay 500 life points, equip it to a monster on your field, and then that monster destroys whatever monster it battles at the end of damage calculation, which is pretty cool. He's basically in here for a 4th level 3 tuner. We're running a single Vylon Prism. Vylon Prism is not as important in this deck since it focuses mainly around level 7 synchro monsters, but this will give us access to a level 8 and also rank 4 exceed monsters. Triple Effect Veiler. This is a metagame choice. Pretty much every deck that you play at the current time needs to have Triple Effect Veilers if it's going to survive. 1 Shining Angel. Shining Angel will get you whatever you're missing. It'll get you a level 3 tuner. It'll get you an Honest or whatever it is that you need to be on the field in order to set up your OTK. Sangan. Sangan searches kind of the same idea as Shining Angel. Sangan will search for your level 3 tuner or your Honest or an Effect Veil or whatever it is you need. Honest, this is a deck that wins by attacking, but it does so with monsters that are relatively small when they come out, so Honest can be really useful. Single Cyber Dragon. This gives us access to some higher level synchro monsters, and it's in there for an aggressive choice, another way to deal with Thunder King. A single Summoner Monk. You use a Summoner Monk effect and you go and grab the Vylon Prism. Then that gives you an instant level 8 synchro monster or a level 4 or rank 4 exceed monster. And we're playing Gores in this deck because when your combo or your OTK doesn't go off, you need to have some kind of a backup plan so that you don't die. And he's a dark attribute, which is important for the BLS that we're playing in the deck. This is another backup plan. Once your lights go to the graveyard, you don't really need to use them anymore. And if you used Sangan to go search for a cube or something, then you got a dark as well. So that's the monster lineup. Spell lineup. The pivotal card of the OTK is Twin Swords of Flashing Light Trice. This drops your monster's attack by 500 attack, but the monster can attack twice per turn. That doesn't stack, so this is why we're only using 1. So if you equip 2 of these to the same monster, it can still only attack twice. Normally you have to discard to activate this card, but since we bring it out with Vylon Sigma's effect, you don't have to pay the cost. Double Mage Power. This is to get your Vylon Sigma into OTK range, just adding that much more attack power. By the end of the turn, by the end of the battle phase, you should have probably 3 to 4 spells on the field, and so that's 2,000 per mage power. If you have 2 mage powers, then you're boosting by 4,000. So your guy gets pretty big. And for Vylon equips, we're playing 2 materials. Materials aren't that important. These are in here for when you don't have the OTK, but you still want to be able to get over something with your Vylon Sigma. Sigma only comes out at 1800 attack, so when he declares an attack, you go and grab one of these and equip it, and he goes up to 24. We're using 3 filaments so that Sigma can't be mirror forced or deprisoned or whatever it was that they do. And since this is a equip heavy deck, we're using 1 Vylon Matter. Recycle equips and draw a card or destroy a card. And standard stuff, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Mind Control. This is a synchro heavy deck, so we want to be able to use our opponent's monsters. And 1 Rhoda. All our Trident Warriors and Photon Thrashers are warriors, so this is nice to be able to search them out. This trap lineup is pretty standard. We've got the Solemn Brigade and a pair of Bottomless Trap Hold. Obviously, the trap lineup and some of the choices I've made in the deck can be tweaked based on your local metagame, but there's a lot of Chaos Dragons around here in my area, so the double Bottomless is a good main deck choice. But you can just as easily do something like Compulsories or Fiendish Chains or whatever it is you want to do. So that's the main deck. Into the extra deck. For Vylon monsters, we're running 1 Vylon Alpha. This guy doesn't come out that much, but if you mind control your opponent's level 6 and you have a level 3 tuner, you can get this guy. Also, your Cyber Dragon along with Vylon Prism can turn into this guy. Basically, when you summon him, you attach an equip spell from your graveyard to him. And then while he's equipped, he can't be destroyed by spells or traps. We're using 2 Epsilons because we can do Summoner Monk into Vylon Prism and Synchro for this guy, and that also sets up a Dark and a Light in your graveyard for a BLS play. So you can pump out quite a bit of damage quite fast. And the center of the deck is a pair of Vylon Sigmas. When you have an open field and you have all your combo pieces, this guy will attack for 8100 damage if you have exactly what you need and your opponent doesn't drop Gores or something like that. I did a video on the Vylon OTK, which I posted several months ago. So I'm not going to do a demonstration on how to do it. It's not very hard to do. But just go back through go to my channel page and search for Vylons, and you'll find all my Vylon videos. Vylon Delta, not so important in this deck, but if you don't have, if you go first and you can get a level 7 out, then you can go get this guy and go grab an equip spell. Ancient Sacred Wyvern, very synergistic with this deck, a light tuner and any element non-tuners, but this guy can get really big really fast and can deal a lot of damage. Some standard stuff, we've got Stardust Dragon for another level 8, Black Rose for a level 7 non-Vylon, We're using one cataster because we have a bunch of level 4s and effect failures, so we can get this guy out in a pinch. And a scrap dragon for when we don't want to go into Vylon Epsilon for whatever reason. Like Epsilon can only blow up, I think you can only blow up monsters. Yeah, so Epsilon can only blow up monsters, so when we want to hit backfield, we can bring out Scrap Dragon instead. And there are Exceeds in this deck. They don't necessarily come out all that much, but just for good measure, we've got Utopia and Utopia Ray. You can do Summoner Monk into Disigma or any other level 4, and then overlay for Utopia. You can also do Steel Swarm Roach and My Stroke. So that's the deck. Again, I'm not going to do a demonstration. You can just go back on my channel page and check out what you need to do to attack for 8,000 with this guy. So thanks for paying attention to my Vylon videos, guys. I really appreciate it. I do have more videos to come because I've now developed a third Vylon deck. So I guess like this video and comment and rate and stuff if you want to see that third kind of deck. And also tell me what you think of this, and maybe even suggest some improvements. Guys, this is by no means the best version of this deck, so if you have any ideas for improvements or changes or whatever, comment below, and thanks for watching.